I thought the king had more effect in Albany than Cornwall.
It did always seem so to us, but now with the division of the kingdom, it appears not which of the dukes he doth value most. For our qualities are so weighed that curiosity in either gives proof of neither's moiety.
Is not this your son, my lord?
I have been charged with his breeding. I blush so often to acknowledge it that now I am raised to it.
I cannot conceive you.
This young fellow's mother could, whereupon she became round wombed, and did indeed, sir, have a son for her cradle ere she had a husband for her bed. Do you smell a fault?
I cannot wish the fault of it undone, the issue of it being so proper.
But I do have a son, by order of law, some year or so elder than this, who is yet no dearer in my account. Though this young knave came something saucily into the world before he was called, yet was his mother fair. There was great sport at his making, and the whoreson must be acknowledged. Know you this noble gentleman, Edmund?
No, my lord.
My lord of Kent. Remember him hereafter as my honorable friend.
My services to your lordship.
I must love you and sue to know you better.
Sir, I shall study deserving.
He hath been out these 9 years, and away he shall again. Ah, the king is coming.
Attend the lords of France and Burgundy, Gloucester.
I shall, my liege.
Meanwhile, we shall express our darker purpose. Give me the map there. Know that we have divided in three our kingdom, and 'tis our fast intent to shake our cares and business from our age, conferring them on younger strengths, while we, unburdened, crawl toward death. Our son of Cornwall, and you, our no less loving son of Albany. We have this hour a constant will to publish our daughter's several dowers, that future strife may be prevented now. The princes, France and Burgundy, great rivals in our youngest daughter's love, long in our court hath made their amorous sojourn, and here are to be answered. Tell me, my daughters, which of you shall we say doth love us most, that we our largest bounty may extend, where nature doth with merit challenge? Goneril, our eldest born, speak first.
Sir, I love you more than words can wield the matter. Dearer than eyesight, space, and liberty, beyond what can be valued rich or rare. No less than life with grace, health, beauty, honor. As much a child I loved or father found, a love that makes breath poor and speech unable. Beyond all manner of so much, I love you.
What shall Cordelia do? Love and be silent.
Of all these bounds, even from this line to this, we make thee lady. To thine and Albany's issue be this perpetual. What says our second daughter, our dearest Regan, wife to Cornwall? Speak.
Sir, I am made of the self-same metal that my sister is, and prize me in her worth. In my true heart, I find she names my very deed of love. Only she comes too short. That I profess myself an enemy to all other joys, which the most precious square of sense possesses, and find I'm alone felicitate in your dear highness's love.
And poor Cordelia, and yet not so, for I'm sure my love's more richer than my tongue.
To thee and thine hereditary ever remain this ample third of our fair kingdom, no less in space, validity, and pleasure than that conferred on Goneril. Now, our joy, although last not least, whose young love the vines of France and milk of Burgundy strive to be into rest. What can you say to draw a third more opulent than your sisters? Speak.
Nothing, my lord.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing will come of nothing. Speak again.
Unhappy that I am, I cannot heave my heart into my mouth. I love your majesty according to my bond, nor more nor less.
How? Cordelia, mend your speech a little, lest it may mar your fortunes.
Good, my lord. You have begotten me, bred me, loved me. I return those duties back, as are right fit. Obey you, love you, and most honor you.
Why have my sisters husbands if they say they love you all? Happily when I shall wed, that lord whose hand must take my plight shall carry half my love of him, half my care and duty. Sure, I shall never marry like my sisters, to love my father all.
It goes thy heart with this?
I would, my lord.
So young and so untender.
So young
thy dower. For by the sacred radiance of the sun, the mysteries of Hecate in the night, by all the apparition from the all from whom we do exist and cease to be, I hereby disclaim all my paternal care, propinquity, and property of blood, and as a stranger to my heart and me, hold thee from this forever.
Good, my liege!
Peace, King! Come not between the dragon and his wrath. I loved her most, and thought to set my rest on her kind nursery. Hence and avoid my sight. So be my grave my peace, as here I give her father's heart from her. Call friends. Who stirs, call Burgundy, Cornwall and Albany. With my 2 daughters' dowers digest this third. Let pride, which she calls plainness, marry her. I do invest you jointly with my power, preeminence, and all the large effects that troop with majesty. Ourself, by monthly course with reservation of 100 knights, by you to be sustained, shall our abode make with you by due terms. Only we still retain the name and all the additions to a kingdom. The sway, revenue, execution of the rest, beloved sons, be yours. Which to confirm, this coronet part betwixt you.
My royal leader, whom I have ever honored as my king, loved as my father, as my master followed, as my great patron, thought on in my prayers.
The bow is bent and drawn. Make from the shaft.
Let it fall rather, though the yoke pierce the region of my heart. Reserve thy state, and in thy best consideration, check this hideous rashness.
Hint on thy life, no more.
My life I have never held but as a pawn to wage against thy enemies. Nor fear to lose it, thy safety be the motive.
Out of my sight.
See better, Lear, and let me still remain the true blank of thine eye.
Now by Apollo!
Now by Apollo, king, I swear it's thy gods in vain.
Facile miscreant, you sir!
Kill the physician, and the fee bestow upon thy foul disease. Revoke thy due, and whilst I can still vent clamor from my throat, I swear to thee, thou dost evil.
Hear me, recreant. On thine allegiance hear me. 5 days we do allot thee for provision to shield thee from disasters of the world, and on the 6th to turn thy hated back upon our kingdom. If on the 10th day following thy banished trunk be found in our dominion, the moment is thy death. Away! By Jupiter, this shall not be revoked.
Fare thee well, king. Since thus thou wilt appear, freedom is hence and banishment is here. May the gods take you to their dear shelter, maiden, that has justly said and most rightly thinks. And may your long speeches your deeds approve, that good intent may spring from words of love. Now Kent, O princes, bids you all adieu. We will chart his old course in a country new.
Here's France and Burgundy, my noble lord.
My lord of Burgundy, we first address toward you, who with this great king hath rivaled for our daughter. What in the least and present dower will you require of her, or cease your quest of love?
Most royal majesty, I crave no more than what your highness offered, nor will you tender less.
Right noble Burgundy, when she was dear to us, we did hold her so, but her price is fallen. Sir, there she stands. If aught within that little seeming substance, or all of it, with our displeasure peace and nothing more, may fitly like your grace, she's there, and she is yours.
I know no answer.
Will you, with those infirmities she owes, unfriended, newly adopted to our hate, dowered with our curse, strengthened by our oath, take her, or leave her?
Pardon me, royal sir, election makes not up on such conditions.
Then leave her, sir, for by the power that made me, I tell you all her worth. For you, great king, I would not from your love make such a stray to match you where I hate.
This is most strange that she that even but now is your best object, balm of your age, moment of your praise, most best, most dearest, should in this trice of time commit a thing so monstrous to dismantle so many folds of favor. Sure, her offense would be of some unnatural degree that monsters it, or your fair vouch be found to taint. To believe in her must be a faith that reason without miracle could never plain to me.
I yet beseech your majesty. If for I want that glib and oily art to speak in purpose not, 'tis what I will intend, I'll do it before I speak. That you make known it is no vicious, nor other foulness, no unchaste action or dishonored step that hath deprived me of your grace and favor. But even for one of that for which I am richer, still soliciting I in a tongue as I am glad I have not.
Better-
For not to have it, I've lost me.
Better thou hadst never been born than not to have pleased me better.
Is it but this? A tardiness in nature that often leads the history and spoke that it intends to do? Royal Burgundy, what say you to the lady? Love is not love when it's mingled with regards that stand aloof from the entire point. Will you have her? She is herself a dowry.
Royal Lear, give but that portion which yourself proposed, and here I take Cordelia by the hand, Duchess of Burgundy.
Nothing. I have sworn. I am firm.
I am sorry, then you have so lost a father that you must lose a husband.
Peace be with Burgundy, since that respects and fortune are his love, I shall not be his wife.
Fairest Cordelia, not at most rich being poor, most choice forsaken, and most loved desired. Thee and thy virtues here I seize upon, be it lawful I take up what's cast away. Gods! Gods! 'Tis strange that even in their coldest neglect, my love should kindle to inflamed respect. Thy dowerless daughter, king, thrown to my chance, is now queen of us, of ours, and our dear friends. Not all dukes of Waters Burgundy could ever buy this prize precious maid of me. Bid them farewell, Cordelia. Though unkind thou losest here, a better where to find.
Thou hast her friends. Let her be thine, for we have no such daughter, nor shall ever look upon that face of hers again. Therefore be gone, without our love, our grace, our benison. Come, noble Burgundy.
Bid farewell to your sisters.
The jewels of our father. With washing eyes Cordelia leaves you. I know what you are, and like a sister am loath to call your faults as they are named. Love well, our father. To your professed bosoms I commit him. So, farewell to you both.
Let your study be to content your lord, who hath received you at fortune's alms.
Come, my fair Cordelia.
Sister, it is not a little, I have to say, of what most nearly appertains to us both. I think our father will hence tonight.
That is most certain with you, next month with us.
You see how full of changes his age is. The observation we have made of it hath not been little. He always loved our sister most, and now with what poor judgment he hath now cast her off appears too grossly.
'Tis the infirmity of his age. He hath ever but slenderly known himself.
The best and soundest of his time hath been but rash.
Such unconstant starts are we like to have from him as this of Kent's banishment.
There is further ceremony of leave-taking between France and him. Pray you, let's hit together. If our father carry authority with such disposition as he bears, this last surrender of his will but offend us.
We shall further think on it.
We must do something, and in the heat.
Thou, nature, art my goddess, to thy law my services are bound. Wherefore should I stand in the plague of custom, and permit the curiosity of nations to deprive me? For that I am some 12 or 14 moonshine lag of a brother? Why, bastard, wherefore base? When my dimensions are as well compact, my mind is generous and my shape as true as honest madam's issue. Why brand they us with baseness, bastardy, base who, in the lusty stealth of nature, take more composition and fierce quality than doth within a dull, stale, tired bed? Go to the creating a whole tribe of fops, got between us sleep and wake. Well then, legitimate Edgar, I must have your land. Our father's love is to the bastard Edmund as to the legitimate. Fine word, legitimate. Well, my legitimate. If this let us speed and my invention thrive, Edmund, the base, shall top the legitimate. I grow, I prosper. Now, gods, stand up for bastards.
Kent banished thus, and France in color parted. The king, gods, and knights subscribed his power, confined to exhibition. All of this done upon the gad. How now, Edmund? What news?
So please your lordship, no.
Then why seek you so earnestly to put away the letter?
I know no news, my lord.
Come, sir, what paper were you reading?
Nothing, my lord.
Come, sir, if it be nothing, I shall not need spectacles.
I beseech you, sir, pardon me. It is a letter from my brother that I have not all overread. For so much as I peruse, I find it not fit for your overlooking.
Give me the letter!
I hope for my brother's justification that he wrote this but as an essay, or a taste of my virtue.
This policy and reverence of age makes the world bitter to the best of our times, keeps our fortunes from us till our oldness cannot relish them. I begin to find an idle and fond bondage in the oppression of aged tyranny, who sways not as it hath power, but as it is suffered. Come to me, that of this I may speak more. If our father would sleep till I waked him, you should enjoy half his revenue forever, and live the beloved of your brother Edgar? Huh! Conspiracy! Who brought this to you? When did you get it?
Yes, the cunning of it, my lord. It was not brought me. I found it thrown in the casement of my closet.
Know you the characters to be your brothers?
It is his hand, my lord, but I hope his heart is not in the contents.
Hath he never heretofore sounded you out in this business?
Never, my lord. But I have heard him oft maintain it to be fit that sons in perfect age and the father's declining, the father should be as ward to the son, and the son manage his revenue.
Villain! Villain! The very opinion in the letter!
I will seek him, sir, presently. Convey the business as I shall find means and acquaint you withal.
These late eclipses of the sun and moon portend no good to us, Edmund. In cities mutinies, in kingdoms discord, in palaces treason, and the bond cracked twixt son and father.
This is the excellent foppery of the world. That's when we are sick in fortune, often the surfeit of our own behaviors. We make guilty our disasters, the sun, the moon, and the stars, as if we were villains by necessity, fools by heavenly compulsion, knaves, thieves, and treacherous by spherical predominance, drunkards, liars, and adulterers by an enforced obedience of planetary influence, and all that we are evil in by a divine thrusting on. An admirable evasion of whole master man to lay his goatist disposition to the charge of a star. My father compounded with my mother under the dragon's tail, and my nativity was under Ursa Major, so that it follows I am rough and lecherous. Tut! I should have been that I am had the manliest star in the firmament twinkled on my bastardizing. Edgar, hat, becomes like the catastrophe of the old comedy. My cue is villainous melancholy with a sigh like Tom O'Benn.
How now, Brother Edmund? What serious contemplation are you in?
I am thinking, brother, of a prediction I read this other day which should follow these eclipses.
Do you busy yourself about that?
I promise you, the effects he writ of succeed unhappily. When saw you my father last?
The night gone by.
Spake you with him?
Aye, 2 hours together.
Parted you in good terms. Find you no displeasure in him by word or countenance.
None at all.
But think yourself wherein you may befriend him, and in my entreaty forbear his presence till some little time hath qualified the heat of his displeasure, which at this instant so rageth in him, that with the mischief on your person it would scarcely allay.
Some villain hath done me wrong.
That's my fear. Pray you, away.
Shall I hear from you anon?
I do serve you in this business. A credulous father, and a brother noble whose natures are so far from doing harms that he suspects none, on whose foolish honesty my practices ride easy. I see the business. Let me, if not by birth, have lands by wit. All's with me's meet, that I can fashion fit.
Did my father strike my gentleman for chiding of his fool?
Aye, madam.
By day and night he wrongs me. Every hour he flashes into one gross crime or other that sets us all at odds.
He's coming, madam. I hear him.
Put on what weary negligence you please, you and your fellows. I'll have it come to question. If he dislike it, let him to our sister, whose mind and mine I know in that are one, not to be overruled.
Very well, madam.
And let his knights have colder looks among you, what grows of it no matter. Advise your fellows so. I'll ride straight to my sister to hold my very course. Prepare for dinner.
But as well I can no speeches borrow that my speech can diffuse, then my full intent may carry through itself to its full issue, for which I raise my likeness. Now, banished Kent, if thou canst serve where thou dost stand condemned, so may it come thy master, whom thou lovest, may find thee full of labors.
Let me not stay a jot for dinner. Go and get it ready. How now? What art thou?
A man, sir.
What dost thou profess? What wouldst thou with us?
Service.
Who wouldst thou serve?
You.
Dost thou know me, fellow?
No, sir. But you have in your countenance that which I would fain call master.
And what's that?
Authority.
What services canst thou do?
I can keep honest counsel, write, run, mar a curious tale in telling it, and deliver a plain message bluntly. That which ordinary men are fit for, I am qualified in, and the best of me is diligence.
How old art thou?
Not too young to love a woman for singing, nor too old to dote on her for anything. I have years on me back, 48.
Follow me, thou shalt serve me. If I like thee no worse after dinner, I'll not part from thee yet. Dinner! Oh, dinner! Oh, where's my knave, my fool? Go you and tell go hither, my fool. You, sir! Oh, where is my daughter?
What so please you?
What says the fellow that call the claphole back? Where's my fool, ho? I think the world's asleep. How now? Where's that mongrel?
He said, my lord, your daughter is not well.
Why came not the slave back to me when I called him?
He answered me in the roundest manner. He would not.
He would not!
My lord, I know not what the matter is, but it seems to my judgment, your highness is no longer entertained by the ceremonious affections as he were wont. There's a great abatement of kindness in the duke himself also, and your daughter.
Ha! Sayest thou so?
I beseech pardon, my lord, if I be mistaken, for my duty cannot be silent when I believe your highness wronged.
Thou but rememberest me of mine own conception. I have perceived a most faint neglect of late, which I have rather blamed on mine own jealous curiosity than the very pretense and purpose of unkindness. I will look further into it. But where's my fool? I have not seen him this 2 days.
Since my young lady's going into France, the fool hath much pined away.
No more of that. I have noted it well. Go you, tell my daughter I would speak with her. Go you, call hither my fool. You, sir! Come you here, sir! Who am I, sir?
My lady's father.
My lady's father! My lord's knave, you whoreson dog, you slave, you cur!
I am none of these, my lord. I beseech your pardon.
Do you badly look with me, you rascal?
I shall not be struck, my lord.
Trick neither, you base football player!
I thank thee, fellow. Thou servest me and I'll love thee.
Come on, stand! Have you no wisdom? So!
Now, my friendly knave, I thank thee. Here's earnest of thy service.
Well, let me hire him too! Here's my coxcomb!
How now, my friendly knave? How dost thou?
Sirrah, you were best take my coxcomb.
Why, fool?
Why? For taking one's part is that favor. Nay, and thou canst not smile as the wind sits, thou catch cold shortly. There, take my coxcomb. Why, this fellow's banished 2 on's daughters, and did the 3rd a blessing against his will. If thou follow him, thou must needs wear my coxcomb. How now, Nuncle?
Would I had 2 coxcombs and 2 daughters?
Why, my boy?
If I gave them all my living, I would keep my coxcombs myself. Here's mine. Beg another of thy daughters.
Take heed, sirrah, the whip.
Sirrah, I'll teach thee a speech.
Do.
Dost thou know the difference, my boy, between a bitter fool and a sweet fool?
No, lad, teach me.
That lord that counselled thee to give away thy land, come, place him here by me, do thou for him stand. The sweet and bitter fool will presently appear, the one in motley here, the other found out there.
Dost thou call me fool, boy?
All thy other titles thou hast given away, that thou was born with.
This is not altogether fool, my lord.
Give me an egg, uncle, and I'll give thee 2 crowns.
What 2 crowns shall they be?
After I have cut the egg in the middle, eat up the meat, the 2 crowns of the egg. When thou clovest thy crown and gavest away both parts, thou hadst little wit in thy bald crown, and thou gavest thy golden one away. If I speak like myself in this, let him be whipped if horse finds it so. Fools have careless wit to hear, for wise men are grown foppish. They know not how their wits to wear, their manners are so apish. Then they for sudden joy.
When were you wont to be so full of songs, sirrah?
But such a king should play bo peep and go the fools among. Prithee, uncle, keep a schoolmaster that can teach thy fool to lie. I would fain learn.
And you lie will have you whipped.
I marvel what kin thou and thy daughters are. They'll have me whipped for speaking true. Thou'lt have me whipped for lying, and sometimes I am whipped for holding my peace. I had rather be any kind of thing than a fool. Yet I would not be thee, uncle. Thou hast spared thy wit on both sides, and left nothing in the middle. Oh, here comes one of the parents.
How now, daughter? What makes that frontlet on? Methinks you are too much of late in the frown.
Thou wast a pretty fellow, and thou hadst no need to care for her frown.
Yeah.
He that keeps nor crust nor crown, weary of all shall want some. That's a shield piece, God.
Not only, sir, this, your all-licensed fool, but other of your insolent retinue do hourly carp and quarrel, breaking forth in rank and not to be endured riots. Sir, I had thought by making this well known unto you to have found a safe redress, but now grow fearful by what yourself too late have spoken done, that you protect this course and put it on by your allowance.
Are you our daughter?
Come, sir, I would you would. Put use to that good wisdom whereof I know you are fraught, and put away these dispositions that of late transform you from what you rightly are.
Oh, may not an ass know when the cart draws the horse? Whoop, jug. I love thee.
Does any here know me? This is not Lear. Does Lear walk thus, speak thus? Where are his eyes? Who is it can tell me who I am?
Lear Shadow!
Your name, fair gentlewoman?
Oh, this admiration, sir, is much o'er the savor of other your new pranks. I do beseech you to understand my purposes aright. As you are old and reverend, so should you be wise. Here do you keep 100 knights and squires, men so disordered, so debauched and bold, that this, our court, infected with their manners, shows like a riotous inn. Be then desired by her that else will take the thing she begs. A little to disquantity your train, and the remainder that shall still depend to be such men as may besort your age and know themselves and you.
Darkness and devils! Prepare my horses! Call together my train! Degenerate bastard! I'll not trouble thee, yet have I left a daughter.
You strike my people, and your disordered rabble make servants of their betters.
Won't the too late repent? Oh, sir, are you come, sir? Is it your will? Speak, sir. Prepare my horses. Ingratitude, thou marble-hearted fiend! More hideous when thou showest thee in a child than in the sea monster!
Oh, pray, sir, be patient.
Detested kite, thou liest! My train amid of choice and rarest parts. No, there! Beat at the gate that let thy folly in and thy dear judgment out.
My lord, I am guiltless as I am ignorant what hath moved you.
That may be so, my lord. Here, nature, here. Dear goddess, here. Suspend thy purpose if thou didst intend to make this creature fruitful. Into her womb convey sterility. Dry up in her the old